Hello, this is Kim from Kenny Lou Crochet. If you are new here, my name's Kim. Yes, hello. And I mainly talk about yarn and crochet. I also talk about my dogs. They are here. This is a Bailey. And this is Titan. You can't see him. They're both about 7. Oh, are you getting up? He's getting up. Titan is a boxer and Bailey is a pit mix. The way that she sits, okay, I don't know if I've shown this for a bit. Say hi, Bailey. Okay, so this is how she sits next to me. Sorry for the nip shot. She puts her back up to my side. Oh, now she's going to get down. She puts her back up to my side. And this is a recliner, so that's what that was. I was just putting the thing down. She puts her back up to my side and then pushes, like, against the side of the chair so that she can, like, be sturdy. She, like, wedges herself in, and then she leans back and falls asleep, sitting up. I don't think she's a dog, actually. She's an alien. Yeah. Maybe I have my very own Stitch. So, yeah. Yarn, crochet, dogs, and I talk about my kids. My kids are both college age, 18 and 21. They are Kenny and Lou. I know I'm so original. So, what are we talking about today? Today is a Monday, the day after Mother's Day. We ended up having to postpone our Mother's Day activities. My grandma ended up having to go to the hospital. She's got lung cancer, and she's in her 80s, and, you know, is she in her 80s? Yeah, she's like 80. But she's doing well. It's just, you know, nature. So last time she was in the hospital, she has recurrent lung cancer, and not sure that there's really a whole lot that they can really do. She's had strokes. She's had blood thinners. She's not a candidate for surgery. And last time she was in the hospital just a couple weeks ago, it was a pneumonia. So, yeah, she's back in this time. Oh, Titan has to get back up. Now you get to see his back. Let me try and fix this. Yeah, last time she was in the hospital, it was pneumonia. This time it's just, you know, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we'll get a bit more time. But, yeah. So today I was going to do, so our Mother's Day, I was explaining why our Mother's Day festivities were canceled. That was Saturday night, Sunday morning. My mom brought her in at like 4 in the morning. My grandma wouldn't let my mom take her in until like 4 o'clock in the morning. So by the time my mom got home at like 10 in the morning, she was exhausted and she had to work at 5. So then we were going to do something today, but Lex, I don't know. We just wanted to wait another day, and Lex had plans with friends. Lex is Lou. That's my youngest. You know, Lexi Lulu. She's 18, just finished her freshman year at Wayne State. So we just got her back home, and yeah. Oh, I finished that halter. She wore it today because it's a nice day out. It's actually her and her friends went to the beach. We live in Port Huron, Michigan. So it's a port, obviously. It's on the water. Here, I don't think I've shown you guys Canada lately. I don't know if you could see it right now. Let me try and. Canada's right across the way, and the water's right across the way. I don't know if you can see it right now, but it's in that direction. One of these days, you guys are going to hear a freighter go by. They have to do their horn to announcing that they're coming in. It's not like a port town anymore, but it used to be a very important town because it's where this Lake St. Clair connects to the St. Clair River, so it gets really narrow right in town. And obviously Canada's right like that way, so we got international waters. Yeah, it's not a port town anymore, but it used to be, bringing materials, bringing lumber, and bringing copper and everything down from the UP, the Upper Peninsula, because we're about here. So if you ever look, this is Detroit. Detroit's on the water down here. We're up here, right on the water. I mean, I gotta lean this back or else Titan won't get comfortable and he'll keep moving. My house is on the water, but like it's not waterfront. There's a road right here, and then there's houses that are waterfront. So like I can see it depending on what time of year, depending on if the leaves are in, and depending on where I stand in my yard. Yeah, which is nice. It's really nice to be able to see the water. I have visual issues, and that's one thing that I can see really well is when the sun, or just reflections on the water, the ripples in the sun and everything. That movement really helps me to see it, and so I love looking at the water. Plus, we got like factories over there that look like a city skyline because of all their lights. I've shown it in some of my shorts. But sometimes we'll have like a beautiful sunset over here, and those factories, it's metal. It's not like buildings. It's factories. And so sometimes when the sunset is just right, it turns those buildings like orange. It's gorgeous. And then we get the reflection in the water, and at night it looks like a city skyline but reflected. It's really, really pretty. There's some of my shorts that you can kind of see it in. I haven't done one of those lately. Anyway, so yeah, so all that to say that Lou went to the beach with friends, because we have a lot of beaches. That's one of the main things that the kids do around here is go to the beach, whether they go swimming or just walk along the water or put their feet in or whatever. They go hang out at the beach. I think there's some statistic in Michigan. I know we're the Great Lakes state. We've got the 5 surrounding us. But what a lot of people don't know is we have a lot of water. We have small ponds. We have streams, lakes, rivers. I don't know the exact statistic, but I think it's like no matter where you are in Michigan, you're within 20 or 30 miles of a natural body of water. Which is quite neat. So I was talking to someone, Lou, or maybe Kenny. Kenny's my oldest. They're 21. I was talking to one of them about how when I was in middle school, I think it was 6th grade. It might have been 7th, but it was one of those two. We had part of, like, it was required in school, you got your boater safety license. So, like, it was, like, and I lived in Romeo. Okay, so Romeo is a little further inland, but this is Port Huron-ish. This is about Romeo, right about there. So it's inland more. But so we actually got our licenses to be able to drive a boat, regardless of never having been like actual driving a boat experience. They taught us the rules of boating, and they taught us the laws and responsibilities and how to drive a boat without actually showing us how to drive a boat. So we all had I remember when I was a kid, because my parents, they got a boat probably right around then. Just a speedboat. A lot of people had them. And it would only fit like 6 or 8 people. Well, our family was 6. So it had to at least fit 6. A lot of people have speedboats around here because we got so much water. So yeah, that's how much water there is in Michigan, that when I was a kid, we had part of our actual curriculum was to get our boater safety registration and license. I remember feeling so cool once I had it, because we go out and I'd be like, I could drive the boat because I have my license, and I was like 12. Yeah, so enough babbling. I'll talk a little bit more about living in Michigan. There are pros and cons to living in Michigan. Michigan gets super cold. It gets super cold here, like really, really cold. And they say that, I know a lot of states say this, we have winter and then construction, those are our seasons. But winter seems to stretch on forever to me. I know it's only 3. We're like really cold from November until April or May. Got the windows open now. It's probably 75. It's gorgeous. But and we have fall too. We have gorgeous trees everywhere. And so we get the autumn, we get the leaf changes. I know not everyone does, but we get them. The leaves change colors and it's beautiful, and the leaves fall, and then we're lucky enough to have water everywhere. They say that like if the world turned to shit and like really, really turned to shit, Michigan would be like, I shouldn't be telling you guys this. Don't tell anyone, and don't use it to your advantage. But Michigan would be the place to be because we have so much fresh water. All of our lakes are freshwater lakes. Plus, like I said, all of the different bodies of water in Michigan. This would be the place to be. So that's nice. I mean, it would be better for some people than others. Like, I'm right there, so yeah. It's so easy to dig a well here. A lot of people have wells. We don't have wells. We're on the city. I'm in Port Huron. It's okay. Now I'm just babbling. Enough about Michigan. But yeah, we get a lot of snow. Now we're Lower Peninsula, so we're the trolls. We live under the bridge. But we do have the Upper Peninsula, which is more Wisconsin, honestly, than Michigan. We claim it. Us trolls, us Lower Peninsula people, we claim them. But I think the UP feels a little bit more kinship with Wisconsin sometimes. But down here we don't get anything like their snow. Their snow, back when I could see better, I saw pictures. When I was in high school, there was this program for gifted high school students. So I got to go to Michigan Technological University, which is, okay, so if this is the Lower Peninsula, I don't know if this is going to be backwards for you. Then this would be approximately the Upper Peninsula. Nope. Maybe this way? Anyway, it's here. Michigan Tech is. So, yeah. It's like this somewhat. Michigan Tech is up here. And I went there for like a month, I think it was, when I was like 17, just to see what college was like. And there were some pictures and I remember seeing they had a snow chart, and they would mark where the snow was the year before, and it was like 20 feet. I don't know if that was where the mark was. I just know that that's how tall the snow meter was. I actually have a cousin who ended up graduating from there. He got his master's in psychology. He works for his family's small business now, but he was gonna do like some sort of, not like practical psychology, but more like, I don't want to say, it's not experimental. Sometimes I have a hard time finding words. Not like experimental. There's another word for it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Where it's like scientific, where the science stuff. I was gonna go into that type. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get it, but I'm just gonna stop thinking about it because then it'll come to my head better. Yeah, he ended up graduating with his master's. Now he works for, he's got a good job with his family, small business. I'm just proud, you know. But Lex was actually, that was Lou. That was one of her schools that she was thinking about going to, because she's going for oh my gosh, mechanical engineering. You can see I have a headache and I'm out of ibuprofen, so my brain's not working. On top of my anxiety brain and my just like brain issues, I have a headache. Not a bad one, just enough to distract me. Yeah, so she was thinking about, because they were really, really good engineering school, but it's like 8 hours away from here versus Wayne State, which has a pretty good engineering school, and it's a really good school, is only an hour and a half. We're right by the expressway, and Wayne State, it's in Detroit, like right in Detroit, is right on the expressway too. So with normal traffic, if we sped, we could probably get there in 45 minutes, but we always planned it an hour and a half. Anyway, I don't know why in the world I'm babbling so much today. Probably because I feel guilty. I feel guilty because I still have that Kramer yarn package sitting right there. I'm looking at it. It's right there. That's what I was doing. I was pointing. And it's really big, and I really want to look at it, but I want to do a video, and I know it's going to take me a really long time, so I haven't done it yet. I really should, though, because if the yarn's as good as I think it is, and the prices are still 70% off, go check it out. Kramer, I think it's Patterns by Kramer, Kraemer. Add something to your cart and see, because all their stuff was 70% off. I think it still is, and once it doesn't show it though on the website, so once you add it to your cart, then it'll show if it is 70% off still. And I got a big old box. Yeah, I did. So yeah, I will show you. Yeah, so I was saying Lex went to the beach with her friends, Lou did, and wore that halter top that I made. I've done a couple of videos with it on there, but I've got the buttons. I ended up having to take the buttons and the buttonholes off and move them because it was a little bit too loose, but it's done now. I've got everything sewn in, and then I used the rest. This is the colorway it was. I used the rest of the yarn to make a top for just like a tank top, a little bit of a crop, but not too bad. And you can kind of see, I'm gonna kind of try and show you how I did the increases and decreases to do, boob space. And I really wanted to have a little bit of thicker straps, but I was out of yarn. So made this for Kenny because Kenny really liked this colorway too. It's the oldest. I finished this. I think I showed you guys this. This goes with for the yarn bowl that Kenny made me in pottery class, because Kenny just finished their first year of college too. This is going to go underneath it, just on the floor, just because I have hardwood floors. And then this is how far I am. I think I've showed you this with this top. I'm going to add sleeves on it, but I had to do the black and the green because I only had one skein of the green. But I'm going to wait for Kenny to be here so that they can try it on while I'm doing it. And, okay, so this is what I'm making right now. This is the yarn that I'm using. It's like browns and grays and stuff. And I know the last couple projects, well, besides the green one being ice yarns, the last three projects that I've done have been with Yarnsmith Yarns by Wool Warehouse. So this is what I'm doing. This is going to be a V-neck top. I've got this part done, and then I'm on the second part. I'm going by a tutorial. I know I always say that I will really, really, really try to add a link to the tutorial, but it's going to be a V-neck top, just a t-shirt. And this yarn is I don't know if it's this one or if it's this one. Because I can't see very well. This is, yeah. One of these. Okay, so this is one of them, and this is the other one. So, okay, yep, that's what I thought. This is a 4-weight, this is a 3-weight. So whichever one of these, if it says 3-weight on it, that's the one it is. And then I'll try and show you the die lots of both of them. Or not die lots. If you care about die lots, the color code. So, I really like Wool Warehouse. They give good prices. So whichever one this is, it is really hard to frog. It's got a little bit of it's got a really nice sheen, but it also has a little bit of a halo. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to show it against my shirt. So it's not really hard to frog. It's not like chenille hard to frog. Not even close to chenille hard to frog, but that does get in the way. I'm sure that I've got all kinds of fibers all over my top. Oh, this was a shirt from my little sister Lindsay. It's from Final Fantasy VII. I think so. I don't know. Whichever one this says. It's cute on the back. When my little sister's 8 years younger than me, so when I was a teenager, I was obsessed with that game. I used to play it all the time on original PlayStation. That's how old I am. And my little sister would watch. And she loved to watch me play. This was before now people watch people play on YouTube, and I think that's where it started. Little younger siblings always watching their older siblings play because they weren't big enough to be able to really play it. So they'd watch. Anyway, she gave me this shirt. It made me happy. It's got a bigger Final Fantasy VII on the back. Like a little picture. Yeah, so I've shown you what I'm working on. Showed you, that tank top for Kenny, that's completely finished too. All my ends are sewn in. I couldn't figure out the right grammatical way to say that. So yeah, and I'm sorry, but tomorrow I promise, I shouldn't promise. Tomorrow I will really, really try to do an unboxing of Kramer yarns. Yesterday I did an unboxing of Mountaintop yarns, and I like them. You should check it out if you haven't yet. So if you like this, consider liking, consider subscribing. Maybe think about comment. Tell me what was your weather like today where you are. Here it's beautiful, sunny, 75-ish, which is pretty nice after winter and spring. I mean, we're still in spring, but you guys know that. You know how calendars work. If you didn't like this, why are you still watching? Bye.